Hello, my name's Jim, and I'd just like to take a minute to talk to you about Dennis Klaus's new book, Divorce and My Children, The Complete Guide. Now, when I was a young child, my parents started arguing. We noticed a lot of unrest in the household, and this ultimately did lead to a divorce when I was a child. But before the divorce became official and my parents did anything about it, me and my other siblings had to go through a number of years of a very unhappy household due to our parents being unhappy. And of course that knocked on to us. It affected our relationship with our parents, it affected my relationship with my brothers, and ultimately had a huge impact on my childhood. When the divorce eventually went through, we were very much caught up in the middle. But what I've always told people is by being caught up in the middle of the whole thing, we were also very much forgotten. There was no process, there was no care, there was not even really a thought for how we were as young children going to leave the divorce as happy young adults ready to face the future. Now, as a knock-on effect, it has had a big impact on my adult years. I'm very skeptical of people when I first meet them, both in professional relationships and social interactions. I find it very hard to trust people, and I've always said this stems from my parents' marriage breakdown and divorce, because even the people who were supposed to love me and care for me and watch out for me the most ultimately ended up hurting me. So I found the book was really very, very much needed in the modern world, in a place we live now where divorce rates are so high. It takes a very calculated, caring approach to not just the divorce process itself and coming out the other end with children that aren't scarred, but it also talks about why it's important to go through the divorce. And I can certainly relate to this because we did have those years where I didn't enjoy going home from school every day. I didn't enjoy weekends because of the kind of environment that we were living in. Now, what Dennis Klaus does in this book is talks about the fact that sometimes the divorce can be the best thing for everybody. And of course, using the techniques in the book, you'll find that you can come out with children at the other end who are ready to face life, absolutely confident and ready to face the future. And it's not just Dennis himself who's written the book. You can tell as you go through it that he's called upon the expertise and the experience of so many world-class professionals who really know their niche and know exactly what they're talking about. Now, I know that it's going to be read by people that are either sensing a marriage breakdown, in the middle of a marriage breakdown, or indeed going through a divorce. I also think it's important for everybody to read this book, even if you're happily married. It'll just give you a better, well-rounded view of your children's happiness, and I do think that there's techniques and skills in the book that anybody can use, whether they are in the process of a divorce or happily married, which of course everybody should be. So that's just my 2 cents on the subject. It was very, very valuable to me. It made me look upon the earlier part of my life a lot differently, and also made me think a lot more about the future with my own children as well. So I felt it was important to come and share my view with you. So I thoroughly recommend that you buy the book and give it a read. There really is something in there for everyone. Thank you.